I've been trying to write something about why, when we talk about automation, we should be talking about French baguettes. And I just can't for whatever reason. So I'm just going to say it, which is that there was a really interesting guy called Raymond Calvo. Now imagine that you are teaching at a Parisian baking school as a professor of bakeology when the Germans come in, capture the city, and put you into a prison camp somewhere in the French countryside. And your job is then to bake bread for the very people that captured you. That was Raymond. He escaped in 1943. There are no records to describe how he did that, but I presume it involves some sort of key baked into a sourdough. And he would later go on to change how France understood and made bread, as well as later Japan and much of the world. After the war, French bread went through a bit of a crisis. A company called Mono released a product called the Sleeping Baker, which is basically a big old automated baking machine. You'd put your stuff in there, you'd wake up the next day, and there you go, you get loaves ready to sell. That, combined with the fact that we were making other shortcuts, like putting fava bean into the mix, which Raymond would later describe as washing powder, meant that French bread went from this holy grail of deliciousness to just sort of crap. In the 1970s, Raymond went on a crusade to fix French bread, and he also knew that the technology was here, there was no point in fighting all of it. So he invented a compromise, something called the autolyse, which was, as I understand, basically a shortened, intensified fermentation process. So you could develop the flavor and the texture of the bread better while using those sleeping baker machines and others, the best of both worlds. The result was French bread came to be what we know it is today, which is delicious. And I guess my point is automation for the sake of automation, investment in AI just because it's the de jour thing to want to be in, just seems like a recipe for disaster.